Don't forget to subscribe to Panda Outdoors. Do it now.
So we are down at the lake now. As you can see, it's a nice little lake. So we're out fishing. You got a lot of fishing over there, and got a lot of fishing over there in that peg. I seen a fish just over there, a koi, the koi, which is why I've got this permit. It was just over there. It is all snaggy. Let's have a go. I'm not the best at snag fishing, but and it is very lily paddy. I'm fishing on solid bags, so let's see if I can have a bash and see how we get on. So I'm fishing now. I've had to move swims because apparently I was by one of where the other lads are fishing, even though I asked them before, but hey ho. But when we come over to this spot, I seen the koi just under them snags there, so I'm fishing this rod just to them snags, and I'm fishing their left hand rod just out in front of that curved up tree, just in front of that. There is a lot of lily pads, and as I say, I'm not the best at snag fishing, but give it a go. I've never fished here before, apart from having a go with a lure, so the lads who I spoke to said it's quite a hard water to fish, but let's see how I go. Lewis seems to think you can't nick a bite out of there. I'm fishing on a little bit of artificial, like pop-up moulded into a sweet corn on the right hand rod, and on the left hand rod I'm fishing just a citrus chopped up boilie in a PVA bag with some pellets, a little bit of ground bait and a bit of salt mixed into it. That's what I was doing bites on the other day. I'll put pictures up. I didn't actually video the fishing trip the other day for certain reasons, but I had a couple of fish. I didn't get many pictures, but the pictures I've got, I'll post them just up here now, somewhere, so you can see I've been out catching. So let's see if I can get a fish on the bank today. So I've only forgot my phone that I do me body camera with if I'm playing a fish. So if I do get a fish on this one, it's going to be probably, if I've got time, I'll turn this camera on and you can watch me playing it. If not, it'll just be once I've landed it. So what I'm fishing on in this session is, let me talk you through it. So I've decided to go on to solid bags. Okay, so I'm not the best at tying them. I am getting better, but I'm fishing a solid bag. So we've got a lead cord leader down to a inline lead that slides up, so if we get a crack off, the lead can slide up and just come off the leader. Down to I'm using Supernatural with a size 8 hook with a simple hair rig tied in the end of it on the setup on, and I'm using, basically, because it's still, the weather's a bit warmer, but the water's still cold, so I'm just going for a very small hook bait. So I've got a chop down pop up on one, and I've got a basically it's like pop up corn on the other one. So I'm gonna give that a little whirl and see how we get on with that. Gonna give that a little whirl and see how we get on with that. I have caught on this before, as you've seen in the pictures. I have been catching on this method in another fishery, and in there I've just got some feeder pellets, a little bit of salt mixed in with the ground bait, just to add a little bit of extra attraction, and it has been doing a few bites, but nothing major. So yeah, so that's what I'm fishing on. As I say, there'll probably be a couple of episodes on this lake. Every time I come, I'll do one. I mightn't catch. Speaking to a couple of lads on the lake, they've already said to me now it's a hard lake to fish, but give it a whirl. Unfortunately, I don't have a night permit for this lake. The lads do, so all I'll be able to do is, if I've got a full day, I can do a full day, but today I've only got till 2 o'clock, so I got here around about 10 and I'll fish till about 2 o'clock. But it's not all about catching, is it? It's fishing at the end of the day. I have seen the target species I want. I've seen it every time I've come here for a walk, so I do know it's in the area, but from what I've heard off the lads, it comes out very scarcely comes out, once every couple of years, the white one, and I think it's the orange one they haven't seen it out here. They reckon it hasn't been out, so let's see if I can do the magic, let's see if I can attract it, and just keep doing what I'm doing and hope for the best. I hope everybody's well. As I say, I'm not putting out as much content anymore, just because family life, work life's busy, going through some changes and stuff like that, so good news to come in a few months hopefully. If that pulls off, hopefully you might see me out doing a bit more. I want to try and get out and do a little bit of just going out with my backpack on and doing like a little bushcraft, like day camp, or just a chill in the woods and maybe cook up something. I have got a new cookbook, bank bites I think it's called, or bite time, bites on the bank or something. I'll leave the link for it below. It was a lad on Tictok I seen who's done this cookbook, and I got it off Amazon, so I'll leave the link for it. It looks quite good. Me and Lewis have got a 48-hour trip. We are planning that. We've just got to lock the venue down. There's 3 possible venues we want to go to. I want to get my PB this year. I want to hit the 20. That's my goal. So the 3, but you've got to fish places where there is 20s, haven't you, really? So that's my goal, to do that. So hopefully I can lock that in and get that down for the end of May, early June, and then I'll have the end of May, early June, and we can get that all locked in. That's going to be a 48 hours there. So hopefully a couple of decent videos on the way, and I will try and get out and do a little bit of laning, hopefully, maybe with Andy and Chris, if I get a chance. Now the missus is driving. If we go to caravan, she's confident enough to drive to Wales. I'll go up in the 4x4. She can drive our car with the family, and then I'll shoot out for a couple of hours and do a bit of green laning with Andy, and then come back and spend the rest of the time with the kids. So hopefully try and get a little green laning video in this summer if I can as well. So things are looking up. So as I say, I'm just out here now, just clearing the headspace. Been a hectic few weeks work wise and stuff, so fishing is a great way to clear the mind. I feel like I'm a little bit crazy just talking to the camera on my own, but if anybody needs to talk or anything like that, always reach out in the comments. Again, I've seen like Snag Bro and that, they've started like a men's mental health fishing group, which I think is amazing. There's a couple in Liverpool that I've seen, which is amazing. There's one for kids as well, tackling young minds, up in Highton, Knowsley. So there is groups out there, so if you are struggling, reach out to somebody and get outside and clear your head. So I'm going to get back to fishing. I hope you enjoyed that little rig setup that I was showing you, and let's see if I can snag a fish. I've just brought my Nash 6-footers with me as well, as you'll see in the thumbnail. So yeah, let's bag a fish. The sun is cracking the flags today, and I forgot a cap, so luckily I had a bit of sun cream in my bag as well. So let's see if we get a little fish. Just there he is, if you can see him. Nice big orange koi, just sitting in the snags, just out of reach. Lovely ears. There is a white one as well, floating about somewhere. Okay, so I'm back off the lake now. It's the next day. So that was my first go at this lake. Nice lake. I'm not going to say where it is. If you know where it is, don't put it in the comments. But it's a nice lake. As I say, it was peaceful. I'm not bothered about catching. Just nice to be out. But it would be nice if I could pull one of these kois on the bank one day. But it is what it is. I'm just happy to be out. Working on my own mental health and getting out there and keeping the headspace clear. So as I showed you the rig in the PVA bag, so again we're going off a lead core leader down to an inline lead, which does come off, and it'll come off the leader if we do get a crack off, nice and easy. So that comes off and on nice and easy. In case of a crack off, a fish can dump the lead. And then down to, we've just got one of those like clip type things that the solid bag molds around to a hair rig. It's supernatural. All I've got is like a little kicker on there, if you can see. These were just off Temu. I think I got 20 of them for about 50 pence. And it just kicks it around. It looks like a little maggot. With a little bit of pop-up fake corn that I got off Easton Hall Fisheries. And it's really good. As you can see, it does flip over and hook in quite easily. So yeah, so that's what I was fishing on. So again, that was the first attempt at this new lake. You will see more updates from there as we go on. So let's hopefully we can get one of these fish on the bank using this method. So I'll bring you back in the next video, and hopefully we'll have one of these nice carp on the bank from this new lake.